So with that, I am thrilled to introduce to you Wai-Ling Liu. And Wai-Ling is a life safety education specialist in the Fairfax County Fire and Rescue Department. She has over 15 years of experience with providing educational, fire, and life safety programs to residents of Fairfax County. She is a full-time staff member of the Every Step of the Way program, which specializes in developing outreach programs for high-risk groups. Dedicated to serving the community, this program is responsible for reaching over 36,000 residents every year within Fairfax County. So Wai-Ling is excited to deliver the virtual session about fire safety, visual smoke alarms, and the File of Life Medical Information Program for NBRC. So welcome, Wai-Ling. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into today's session. As introduced, my name is Wai-Ling Liu, and today I'll be your presenter about fire safety. I am going to go ahead and share my screen right now so that we can look at a few slides. We're going to begin today by talking about fire prevention, because I think that's a huge piece of fire safety, is preventing fires and preventing the 911 call. And then we will move on to escape planning and practicing as it relates to fire, escaping from fire. So let me go ahead and share my screen right now. Let's see, is everyone able to see it then? Perfect. Let's have a look here at some fire facts first. Home fires do happen often. You can see some data here. In recent years, U.S. fire departments are responding to a fire every 24 seconds. Now, not every 24 seconds is it a home fire, but certainly it's home fires that we are most concerned about today. It's critical to understand that working smoke alarms save lives. So most fire deaths happen in homes without working smoke alarms. Also, practicing fire drills and family escape plans help people to make quicker and more safe exits in a fire emergency. It has been shown that when individuals have not had the opportunity to plan and practice their family escape plan, they are not able to evacuate as quickly as when they have been putting a regular plan into place and having regular evaluation to make sure that it works for all of the residents in the home or in the building. So we'll talk a little bit here about how we survey our home for fire safety. We want to know what are the most common types of fires and how can they be prevented. Most often, we have fires as a result of food left on the stove, electrical or heating equipment being used either improperly or in unsafe ways, unattended candles, and improperly disposed smoking materials. Some of these pictures may show things you have seen before in either your home or that of another individual. How often do people keep items inside the oven? And why? A lot of responses I often receive are because it seems like a convenient place to store additional materials. Some people do not regularly use their oven for baking. But the dangers with that are that if the oven is turned on for use and no one has looked inside first, it can cause a fire. So one safety tip for preventing a fire in the kitchen is always to check inside the oven before you turn it on. Other safety tips for the kitchen include using a timer to prevent cooking fires. It's very easy to become distracted when cooking, and most fires in the kitchen happen because of food left on the stove. That's what we refer to as unattended cooking. Distractions can be just a few minutes, but a few minutes is all it takes. So we do recommend that when someone is working in the kitchen, they set timers to remind them to return to their work in the kitchen if they have to leave. And we also encourage you to keep your areas clean and clear of combustibles. So that's items that can burn. Anytime something that can burn is left too close to the stove or the oven, it does pose a fire risk. Lastly, I want to mention safety with microwaves because microwaves actually cause more burn injuries than the stove and the oven combined. And this is because of the nature of the microwave oven. It's very easy to use. However, it's also simple to unintentionally overheat the food. So a lot of scald and burn injuries happen because of the microwave. In addition, in many kitchens, you'll find that the microwave ovens are placed a little bit high. They're higher than the chest level or the waist level of the individual living in the home. So if that person is reaching up to take hot food out of the microwave, they may be at risk for injury from hot items. It's just something to be aware of when we talk about preventing injuries and fires in the kitchen. Definitely the microwave is another potential safety hazard. And looking here, we do want to stress the point that even though most home fires are accidental, they can absolutely be prevented. How often is it that we've seen before when electrical outlets are overcrowded? Is it preventable? Absolutely. It's important to inspect our equipment for damage and wear. I included a picture here of what we often use. We're always charging our devices. And when we see that our equipment has some damage, we know that it needs to be replaced, not only because maybe it's not working correctly, but it is a fire hazard. So it's important to look at appliances on a regular basis as we're using them and make sure that we don't see damage like this. And also in our own homes, make sure that things are being used in a safe way. So for example, if outlets are overcrowded or extension cords are being used on a continuous basis, it's a good idea to take a look there and try to find another solution. Lastly, because we're going to be moving into the colder months, I want to talk about safety that relates to using space heaters. These heaters cause a lot of fire emergencies during the winter. The biggest issue with space heaters is when they are placed too close to a source of, excuse me, I saw my connection was unstable. If they're placed too close to something that can burn, so for example, if the space heater is near the couch or near the bed, it can cause a fire. A good safety rule for using space heaters is to make sure that they are 3 feet away from anything that can burn. So that means 3 feet away from the bed, 3 feet away from the couch, 3 feet away from any curtains or additional or other linens. Lastly, if no one is in the room, it is the best safety practice to unplug these appliances when they're not in use. So when someone has left the room, it's a good idea to just turn off the space heater, unplug it. That's the best type of fire prevention. Do you practice safe habits daily to decrease the risk of fire in your home? And it's good to know what these are. So, for example, candle use. As we approach the holidays, Candles are used for many celebrations and also for decorations. It's important for people to know how to safely display candles in a home and safely use them. Candles should always be inside a glass or ceramic container because they are an open flame. They should be placed in locations where they can't be knocked over easily by children or pets or even a draft of air. And we do recommend that people use battery-operated candles instead for their decorations and celebrations whenever possible. Because again, a candle is an open flame, and so it always does pose the risk of an accidental fire. Smoking materials and improper disposal of smoking materials is a very large cause of fires in Fairfax County. And many individuals aren't certain as to whether this safety tip relates to them or not. Even if you are not a smoker, it's a good idea to be aware of the types of fires that are caused by smoking materials, particularly in months when we have very dry weather. A lot of outdoor fires are caused because of smoking materials. So for example, dry brush, mulch, dry grass, overfilled containers for smoking materials disposal. All of these different ways are how we see fires from smoking materials. And the danger of this type of fire is that they often happen outside of the home. And when we're in our house or if we're inside a building and there's a fire, we can rely on smoke alarms to let us know that there's danger. But if the fire is happening outside because of smoking materials, often no one is really going to notice it until it gets really quite large. So this is just something to be on the watch for. And if you are a smoker or have someone in your home who smokes, please make sure that your containers are always large and deep and that they're emptied regularly. We always recommend that ashes from smoking materials are dampened with water before disposal. They should be thrown away in a metal trash can to avoid reignition. We also recommend that no one should smoke in bed. That's another type of danger associated with smoking materials. We're going to move on now because it's time to talk about fire drills in the home, which are also known as family escape plans. Every family escape plan begins by creating a map of your home, and it's going to include every room, every door, and every window. And with escape planning, we want to consider every level of the home. So whether you're living on the lower level of an apartment building, or you're on the 13th floor of a high rise, or you're in a single family home, we just want each person to look at their individual situation and make sure that they're creating plans that work for themselves and their families. When you're making this map of your home and you're identifying exits, you want to select 2 ways out of every room. And for the purposes of family escape planning, doors and windows are considered your exits. Now, it's not always going to be the case that a window is an exit where we are going to be able to leave safely. So many people sleep on an upper level, and it's going to be so high that it's not safe for the individual to actually climb out or escape. We never encourage people to jump out of a window during a fire emergency. But we do want to make sure that the 2 ways out of every room, the 2 exits that are selected for the escape plan, these exits need to be clean and clear of clutter. They need to be able to open and close easily. So just to give some examples, it is not a good idea for your fire escape plan to have a lot of plants or furniture blocking the window area. Why? Because in a fire emergency, someone may need to get to that window and use it to signal for help down below. The firefighters, if they are arriving on scene and they are going around the building, they want to be able to look into windows and see if there's someone there who needs help. So again, make sure that doors and windows all open and close correctly and that nothing is blocked by furniture or other household items. What is a meeting place? A meeting place is a critical part of the family escape plan. We need to make sure that as people exit their home safely, that everyone waits for help in the same place. Just to give you an example of what can happen, if there's a family with some children and they have all gotten out safely, how would things look if the children were waiting for help in the backyard and the adults were waiting for help in the front yard? Would there be confusion? Would there be concern? Absolutely. So to make sure that accountability is present during your escape plan, make sure that there's a meeting place so that if everyone is out safely, you know they're going to wait for help from the fire department all together. And if it's a case where someone is not at the meeting place, someone seems to be missing, never go back into a burning building. Call 911 and let them know that there's someone inside potentially who needs to be rescued. We never recommend that anyone go back inside a burning building. We're going to talk about some tips from escaping from fire. If you're practicing your family escape plan, do have in mind, just as we mentioned, we don't want to go back into a burning building. The phrase, get out and stay out, is really quite clear. It means that we get out, we don't take anything with us, we stay outside and wait for help to arrive. Whenever possible, we recommend calling 911 only after you have gotten outside of the building. So for example, we don't want people taking extra time in a fire emergency to look for their phone and make a call while they're still inside the building. Seconds are so critical during a fire emergency. We want people to be able to get out of their home in just minutes. Another safety tip about escaping if there is fire. Be aware that smoke and heat rise. And so if you are trying to escape in a smoky situation, the cooler and the cleaner air is going to be down by the floor. So if you're able to stay low, crawl on your hands and knees to the exit, that's going to be the safest way. Also, in situations where there are multiple levels, know that you must always plan to take the stairs during a fire emergency. And this is for a few different reasons. Certainly in a fire emergency, we don't know if the elevators are going to be working. We don't want anyone to become trapped in an elevator during a fire emergency. There's not a way for the fire department to know that you're in the elevator and need help if this should happen. Now, for some individuals, it's going to be necessary to execute what we call shelter in place. Shelter in place would be for those individuals who are not able to use the stairs. So if they have limitations to their mobility that prevent them from using the stairs to safely escape in a fire, those individuals should shelter in place. And that means they would stay in their unit with doors closed. They would call for help from the fire department from in their unit and wait there rather than trying to make an escape in the stairwell. If you hear the alarm and you feel there may be smoke or fire on the other side of an exit, it's best to feel the door with the back of your hand before trying to open it and escape. If the door feels even a little bit warm, it means that there's smoke or fire on the other side, and you need to use your other exit to escape. So it's important to know that sleeping with bedroom doors closed makes a huge difference in keeping us safe if there is a fire. Smoke, even a skinny bedroom door keeps out smoke. We are actually going to watch a video, and it's a demonstration about how smoke and fire behave and the difference that a bedroom door can make.
Oh my God, that is insane.
In the event of a fire, who here thinks that you're safer sleeping with the doors open?
I keep them open because I was a mom for so long.
My kid's room is 2 doors down from mine.
Always open.
I'm not all that confident they would stop anything anyway. Harold, hey. Ben. Ben, nice to meet you.
Harold, have a seat.
Hi, nice to meet you guys.
Hello. I'm right here.
Chris, how are you?
Great.
As you think about fire safety, what keeps you up at night?
Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I probably don't think about a fire threat as much as I should because I do forget to turn things off often.
Have you ever been through one?
A fire? No.
We told you that you'd be coming here today for discussion, but what we didn't tell you is that there is also a demonstration that we want to show you. Sound good? I want to introduce you to Steve, the director of the UWELD Firefighter Safety Research Institute. I'll let Steve take it away.
Welcome. My job is to lead a team of people that study how fire grows and spreads so we can keep you safe. Here at the Delaware County Emergency Services Training Center, we essentially turn this place into a laboratory. We've got several structures around here that we build to simulate where you live. And one of those structures is right here behind me. What I want you to do is I want to take you inside here, and I want you to see how this looks like your home. And then once we get you outside, we're gonna go ahead and recreate what would happen if there was a fire in this structure right here. Look pretty normal? Yes. Yeah, got some furnishings. You'll notice the difference down here as we walk down. This bedroom door will be closed, and the one at the end of the hall will be open. And what I want you to do is pay attention to the comparison of the two of those and think about you and your family trying to survive this fire. All right, we just hit the button, we have ignition.
Oh boy, there she goes. Oh man, that is scary.
It's scary, right?
Yeah, it's really frightening.
Look, we have smoke coming out over here already.
Smoke's coming out.
What a lot of people don't realize is that the furnishings that are in our homes today are made of synthetic materials. So they burn so much faster than your old natural cotton-filled furnishings used to be. The statistics that we've seen through our research is in about 40 years ago, you had about 17 minutes to get out of your house after the smoke alarm sounded. Now you have less than 3 minutes.
Holy crap. See, this is the things that we were. Oh my God. Whoa. Can you feel that?
How can you survive that?
Seriously, that is insane.
All right, go ahead, knock it down. All right, as you remember, closed door on the left, open door on the right. And you can see the dramatic difference between the two with the simple closed door.
Impressive.
We want people to be as prepared as possible and understand the importance and how little time you have and what that simple barrier can provide to you and your family should you have a fire. I want you guys to throw some hard hats on and some safety glasses and at least poke your heads in the windows, or you can even walk in the hallway if you want.
Give me a word or phrase to describe what you just saw.
Anxiety.
Frightening.
Terrifying.
I really didn't expect anything like this.
I'll ask you one last time. In the event of a fire, are you safer sleeping with the doors open or the doors closed?
Without a doubt, the door closed.
Definitely with the doors closed, and from now on, the doors will be shut at night.
Definitely closed.
Closed.
Definitely closed. And I'm surprised by it.
It's always great to be able to get the message out when we can take our research and get it out into the community to change behavior with the message of close before you doze. It feels great, and hopefully we can save lives.
If there was one bit of advice that you could give friends or family today, what would it be?
Close before you doze.
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 The key fire safety messages we want people to have are, one, have working smoke alarms in every level of your home, inside and outside every sleeping room. We want everybody to have an escape plan. Should you have a fire, you should know how to get out quickly. And if you can't get out quickly, having a closed door between you and where that fire is critical to your survival.
Did anyone want to share any of their impressions about the material that we're covering so far? Not just the video, but also the presentation itself before we move on. If there are any questions about the fire safety, the prevention tips, or the escape planning, we can address those with the chat, or if anyone wanted to unmute themselves and ask, that would be fine. And I just would like to give a little break right now for that before we move on to talking about our fire department initiatives.
Right. Looks like questions will be saved till the end, it looks like.
Okay. Okay. And I see the comments about the captions being
yeah, they were cut off this time around. So I got the top line, but not the bottom line. But our captioner stepped in and she captioned it.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know what happened there. That was strange.
I don't know, but would it be helpful if I share the link in the chat in case other people want to look at it again at another time? I can do that. Okay, I will go ahead and include that. Here's that.
Oh, good.
Sure. And certainly feel free to share that. Okay, I'm looking at the comment from Denise. It says, with full screen. That's okay. I understand. By using full screen, all the captioning could be seen. So, and yes, so there's the link there if anyone should want to use that again or share that with other groups. So thank you. Well, since we've talked a bit about smoke alarms, we are going to talk about our department's smoke alarms program. And some of you may have heard about it before. We want to make smoke alarms available to anyone and everyone. A little bit about smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. Not everyone is aware that these items have I guess you could call them expiration dates. And the reason for that is we want to make sure that people are having smoke alarms in their home that are A, working correctly, and B, up to date, because standards and testing for smoke alarms are always changing. So if your smoke alarms are older than 10 years of age, it is definitely worth looking into having them replaced. Our department wants to make this easy for people, we have smoke alarms that are available at no cost to the residents. And there are ways you can request them, various ways. You can connect with your local fire station, of course, and ask for the smoke alarms program. Or you can also go online. We have a form that residents can complete to request smoke alarms. And you can also call our office at Community Risk Reduction, and we will take your information and make sure that the station comes out and installs smoke alarms. So the smoke alarms that we provide are not very fancy. They don't, talk or give instructions or anything like that. They are not hardwired into the home. The alarms that we offer are the kind that are simply it's just one unit, not connected to any others, and they use a 9-volt lithium battery. Or excuse me, they use a lithium battery. So they're 10-year alarms, meaning that the battery is supposed to last the life of the smoke alarm. As I mentioned, smoke alarms should be replaced every 10 years. It's the same with carbon monoxide detectors. And we recommend with any alarm that they be tested on a monthly basis. So when you're thinking about taking care of your alarms, we want to make sure that they're in the proper places in the home. That means they should be in and outside of every sleeping area. Also, there should be at least one on every level of the home. In addition to doing the monthly testing, and that means we hold and press the test button to make sure that it's working properly, smoke alarms should be kept clear of dust and other debris. So it's a good idea to use, if you're vacuuming, maybe use the vacuum hose to go ahead and remove any potential dust that might be inside the smoke alarms. I have the link here. This is a picture of our smoke alarm coupon, but anyone who goes to our Fire and Rescue Department website will see on one of the banners, you're able to click the smoke alarm and a form will come up where you can put your information in and let our department know how many alarms you think you need, whether it's only one or it's 10. Go ahead and fill that out if you're in need. And we will certainly help. Our department also has hearing impaired smoke alarms, or there's smoke alarms that are known as visual smoke alarms. And there's a couple of different units that are offered. And you can request them in the same way by using the form online or calling the Community Risk Reduction Office. NVRC partners with us and conducts, I believe it's called a hearing exam. And then our department receives a referral for the firefighters to go out to the homes and install the visual smoke alarms. In fact, Bonnie O'Leary, who reached out to us to plan this presentation, has some firsthand experience with our department and this program. Did you, Bonnie, want to speak up about the visual smoke alarm a little bit?
Okay. Hang on. I could wait until the end because my video is not coming up.
Oh, okay.
I have it here to show. So I can show it when you're all finished with your presentation. Oh, here I am. Okay. Alrighty. So this is what goes on my bed here, but not on my bed. My bedside table, night table. And this goes under my pillow. And I made the application for this at NVRC where I work, and Debbie Jones handled this for me. I had to show my audiogram to show that I have a profound hearing loss. And when I take out my hearing aids, I am deaf. So if there were a fire at night, I wouldn't hear anything. So the fire department showed up complete with huge truck and other cars, and 4 firefighters came into my house, and they installed special smoke detector outside of my bedroom up in the ceiling. And then this goes on my night table. So if there were to be a fire, this would vibrate under my pillow and wake me up. And this is a free service, and it's really wonderful. So all you have to do is provide evidence of your hearing loss, and they'll come and do it for you. So it's a big thank you to the fire department.
Thank you for showing that to everyone. So the other program I want to share with you about is our File of Life Medical Information Program. And this is a tool that is useful to anyone who takes medications or who has a medical condition. And you can request them from our department, either from the fire station directly, or from us at Community Risk Reduction, or from the fire department website. There are multiple ways to obtain File of Life for yourself or even members of your community groups. I did stop by NVRC, the offices, earlier this past week, and I left a package there, and it's got materials that participants can go ahead and pick up in the days to come. And I did include these Files of Life. So we'll take a closer look at this packet so that you can see what's inside and the best ways to use it. So the File of Life is 3 different parts. It is the red magnetic sleeve. There is a large cardstock insert, and then there is a smaller cardstock insert that we call the Pocket File of Life. We recommend that individuals complete the large insert and the small insert in pencil so that it's easy to keep them updated and to make any changes quickly. But the way this should be used in the home is the large insert will go on the refrigerator. And the type of information that this allows us to have at the ready is critical for medical emergencies. So File of Life really helps first responders. If they go into your home and they see that someone has completed a File of Life document, they're going to look at it. If they're there for a medical emergency, they know that the File of Life is going to have information such as, the person themselves, their emergency contacts, other medical information such as medications and dosages, recent surgeries, medical conditions, allergies. This is all critical information for first responders to have, again, during a time of a medical emergency. We recommend that if you are using File of Life, you display it in a prominent location in the home. And that means either maybe the refrigerator as seen here, or on the nightstand, or close to the front door, maybe if you have a little table there, just in a spot where the firefighters will be able to see it, find it and use it easily should they be in your home for a medical emergency. The Pocket File of Life is the same information in a smaller form, and we recommend that individuals complete this and keep it inside their wallet or purse. And this will help if it's near your ID and you are out in the community and need medical assistance. It makes it very easy for people to see who are the emergency contacts, who are the next of kin. They know, first responders know more about their patient when they have access to this information. So a lot of people do keep and update medications lists. Often they're on the computer, or they may be on a printed document. Sometimes they're on a USB flash drive. And that certainly helps out. when you're between doctor visits, it's helpful for quick reference. But for our department, having something like this, File of Life, that's easily recognizable makes a huge difference in emergencies, not only for the individual, but also for family members. So for example, if someone were to be transported to the hospital, having this document at the ready would make it so that family members can then focus on their loved one instead of trying to answer questions from the medical professionals. So it really alleviates stress because you have accurate information, updated information at the ready that doctors or nurses or other technical staff can go ahead and copy and use as needed during a medical emergency. So as mentioned, you can request this from our department in various ways. I left several sets of these too at MVRC. So if you stop by there, you're able to pick up a File of Life as well as some other goodies that I brought. I also left some coupons at MVRC with the information for the smoke alarms program. So that's about the requesting smoke alarms and visual alarms either through the website or by phone. And there are a couple of other items too that you can stop by and grab next week when it's convenient. So I think that's all I have for this morning. Do we have questions from the group?